How did a business permanently lose you as a customer? I have a speech problem from when I was little. Had some kind of infection that messed with my throat, so I talk slower than most people. Takes me a few extra seconds to get words out sometimes. Most people don't care. They just wait. No big deal. But this one Tuesday morning in October, there was a new guy behind the counter at Cafe Luna. Young kid, maybe 19, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Place was packed as usual. Long line of people trying to get their caffeine fix before work. I stepped up to order, and right away I could tell this kid was impatient. He was tapping his fingers on the counter, looking past me at the line building up behind. When I started saying my order, he immediately rolled his eyes. Medium coffee, I began, but he cut me off. Come on, spit it out already, he muttered under his breath, loud enough for me to hear. I froze. The whole cafe seemed to go quiet for a second. I wasn't sure if I'd heard him right, but the way people behind me shifted uncomfortably told me everything. My face got hot with embarrassment. Sorry, I said quietly, trying to finish my order. Medium coffee with, he sighed dramatically and threw his hands up. Jesus, it's just coffee, not rocket science. Can you please hurry up? There's like 20 people behind you. The silence was deafening. Everyone was staring now. I could feel their eyes burning into my back. Some woman behind me cleared her throat awkwardly. An older man shook his head in disgust. I just nodded, paid for whatever he rang up, and walked out without waiting for my drink. My hands were shaking as I got in my car. I sat there for 5 minutes, just crying in the parking lot, feeling more humiliated than I had in years. That night, I decided to email the owner, Rebecca. I'd met her a few times, seemed like a nice lady. I figured she'd be horrified to hear how her employee treated a customer. I wrote a polite email explaining what happened, saying I hoped it was just a bad day for the kid and that maybe he needed some training on customer service. 2 days later, Rebecca replied with exactly one sentence. Our staff is trained for efficiency. We can't slow down the line for every special need. I read that email 3 times before it sank in. Special need? Like I was some kind of burden for taking an extra second to speak? After 3 years of loyalty, spending probably $2,000 at their cafe, this was their response? I was done being polite. I wrote a long post on the local Facebook group, sharing exactly what happened and including a screenshot of Rebecca's dismissive email. I wasn't trying to destroy them, just wanted people to know how they treated their customers. Within hours, my post had 50 comments. People were sharing their own bad experiences with the cafe. Turned out the new barista had been rude to other customers too. Someone said he'd rolled his eyes at an elderly woman who couldn't decide what to order. Another person said he'd been impatient with a mom trying to wrangle her toddler while ordering. The post kept growing, got shared to other local groups. People started leaving negative reviews on Google and Yelp, mentioning both the poor service and Rebecca's awful response to customer complaints. 3 days after I posted, Rebecca commented with some generic apology that sounded completely fake. We're sorry for any misunderstanding and are committed to improving our customer service. But by then, it was too late. The damage was done. I drove past Cafe Luna the next week during the morning rush. Usually there'd be a line out the door, but I counted maybe 6 people inside. The week after that, even fewer. Word travels fast in a small town, especially when business owners show they don't care about their customers. Last month, I saw a for sale sign in the window. Rebecca's Dream Cafe, gone in less than 2 months.